Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
A petition to allow parents to attend Fargo Public School graduation ceremonies already has nearly 400 signatures. The petition comes after both Fargo and West Fargo schools announced last week that in-person ceremonies will be held, but spectators will not be allowed. Valley News Team's Bailey Hurley talked with 4 North Fargo moms today who say they're willing to do whatever it takes to watch their kids get their diplomas.
As a mother of senior triplets, last Friday's news hit hard for Lori McClary.
As a parent, to tell me to watch it at home on YouTube is just heartbreaking.
But instead of sitting around and complaining, McClary, along with other Fargo North moms, say they got to work creating this online petition and working the phones trying to convince school leaders to change their tune.
Want to get everybody in the same spot and just have them listen to us and realize that it's something that's very doable.
We're not asking for, all friends, family, and stuff. We're just asking as parents to be able to see our kids walk across the stage.
McClary and Dorr say they've already done the math, and with Fargo North's class of around 200, allowing 2 guests per graduate still leaves plenty of room for social distancing.
If you put 6 feet squares or blocks on the football field, it could accommodate 1,300 spots.
But I really feel we can do this safely, outdoors, not touching each other or touching other things.
Adding they'd be willing to enforce temperatures are taken at the door and masks are worn by all.
We're open to anything. We can sit on the bleachers 6 feet apart. Us as parents would be happy to go help mark the football field with ropes or whatever we would need to make squares for people to stand in.
Both say they're hoping to meet with school board members and Superintendent Rupat Gandhi this week in an effort to make sure not only they can attend their teen ceremonies, but Fargo South and Davies parents can as well. In North Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Fargo Public Schools says when their original plan of 2 guests per graduate was shared with local healthcare experts, they were encouraged to take a more conservative approach with no guests at the graduation ceremonies. Today, state health officials are confirming 63 new cases of COVID-19, along with 1 additional death in North Dakota. The latest victim is a man in his 90s from Cass County with underlying health conditions. That brings the death toll in the state to 45. In total, there have been 1,994 confirmed cases in the state, while 1,269 people have recovered. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, the health department is now reporting over 600 new cases. State health officials now say the total number of cases is up 665 from the day before, bringing the total to 17,029. 748 people have now died, an increase of 17 from the day before. The majority of deaths happened in a nursing home or assisted living facility. 11,540 people are listed as recovered. Flags are flying at half-staff today in Minnesota in honor of all the lives lost to COVID-19. Governor Tim Walz directed all flags at state and federal buildings to be flown at half-staff from sunrise to sunset on the 19th of every month through 2020. He encourages individuals, businesses, and other organizations to also lower their flags to honor Minnesotans who have lost their lives to the virus. We can handle the wind, right, as long as the nice weather continues. So how about this evening? Well, let's find out from Hutch, who's got your first alert forecast. Hey, Hutch.
Well, thanks so much, Andrea. That wind is a staple in our forecast, and it's not going to go away into tomorrow as well. In fact, we see some smoke from a fire out there near the West Fargo area, gathering information on that. Gusts are still over 30 miles per hour in the James River Valley and over 25 miles per hour here in the Red River Valley, with temperatures today soaring to near 80 for many of us. We were in the 80s up in Roseau County and Lake of the Woods County for our afternoon. We don't see much in the way of clouds, and it looks quiet weather-wise, but the winds will continue to be gusty. And I think even overnight, just like we saw last night or heard last night from time to time, periods of gusty winds. Temperatures slipping into the 60s in Fargo this evening. And if you're in Grand Forks, take a look at this. Greening grass by the dike, temperatures near 70 all the way till 9:06, your time of sunset. I'll have hour-by-hour details in your forecast here for your hump day in a moment.
All right, thanks, Hutch. A 44-year-old man is now in jail after running over another man, allegedly, in the parking lot of West Acres Mall. Officials say Jason Anderson was arrested this morning. Police say Anderson and the victim knew each other and were involved in an incident in Moorhead earlier this morning where the victim allegedly stole Anderson's car. According to police, Anderson got his car from the mall parking lot, saw the unidentified man, intentionally ran him over, and then got out of the vehicle and assaulted him. The victim was taken to a Fargo hospital with serious injuries. Fargo police are alerting the public to a high-risk sex offender now living in the community. 36-year-old Michael Gordon is living at 724 First Street North in Fargo. That's about 3 blocks from Mickelson Field. Gordon has been convicted of sex crimes against children 3 different times. His most recent case involved a 16-year-old girl. He's also convicted for trying to lure a child on the computer, but that child was actually a police officer. Cass County Sheriff Jesse Johnner says COVID-19 testing was completed at the county jail this morning. The testing was scheduled and done as a preventative measure. All staff and 156 inmates received the tests. 3 inmates who refused testing will be moved into isolation to monitor their health. Sheriff Johnner says there are currently no known positive COVID-19 cases with staff or inmates in the facility, and today's testing will help with future restructuring of the general population and make room for new arrests coming into the facility. If you've been spending too much time inside because of the pandemic and feeling the need for some adventure, this story is for you. A new survey says RV rentals have gone up more than 600% since early April. Valley News Team's Kelly Hubbard found out people in the metro are turning to RVs for their summer travel plans.
Why go out and risk it? Many families are turning the word vacation into staycation. Quarantining on wheels, a way for people to get away from home without having to worry.
With everybody being locked up indoors for so long, everybody just wants to get out and go do something, go see something.
Local RV experts like Mike Bowe with Adventure RV Center says traffic has picked up.
This one is a bunkhouse floor plan, so it's got bunk beds in the back.
It's nice to be able to get the kids out, get them out on the boat, get them out in the open, not be around all the people.
Some families in the valley are packing up to go to their favorite campgrounds. Others are enjoying their house on wheels without moving.
It's interesting, I had a customer that picked up a new camper last week, and a couple days later they were in to pick up some accessories, and the first thing they were talking about is how they've been camping in their driveway with their children. So they had their kids outside and they had the fire pit going. And
if you want to travel but you're worried about flying and staying in a hotel, these adventurers say camping may be for you.
More reassuring that we're staying safer in this time of the pandemic.
In West Fargo, Kelly Hubbard, Valley News Live.
One RV rental website we looked at said prices can range from $100 to $200 a night, and they can be delivered to you. Many come with air conditioning, a TV, kitchen, and bathroom. RV experts say low gas prices are also making camping more appealing. Canada and the U.S. have agreed to extend their agreement to keep the border closed to non-essential travel during the pandemic. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says the border is a source of vulnerability, so the agreement will be extended for another 30 days. Trudeau said Canada's provincial leaders clearly wanted to continue the measures. Commercial and essential travel is still permitted. North Dakota labor market information shows the unemployment rate for the state for the month of April is 9.2%. It's up 6.5% from the prior month and up 6.7% from this time a year ago. More than 37,000 people were unemployed in April. The national unemployment rate was 14.4%. Officials say the seasonally adjusted rate for North Dakota was 8.5%, which is also a series record. A business in Fargo is using the pandemic to give back to others. St. Francis Thrift Store is giving away free books for both kids and adults. We stopped by this afternoon and saw people taking advantage of it. This will happen today and tomorrow only. Management says they want to give back to their community by keeping people entertained while they stay at home. Still ahead tonight, what one major airline is doing to make sure passenger safety and security are their top priorities.
Spring temperatures return to the valley, but so does the wind. I'll have details on how long it sticks around as we look at our extended forecast planner coming up next.